taking a lot to get rock and roll this morning. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. It was at 9:17. It's just taking forever, right? Was planning to do like 8:30, maybe 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here we are, 9:17, not right on the dot of 9 o'clock. But it's been a battle. Um, Minor setback with, there's bad traffic for the nanny. And I woke up with uh the ankle's fine. Well, not fine, but uh no setbacks on the ankle, let's say that. But I must have a cramp at my foot on the same foot, and I wasn't able to put weight on it this morning. And so to go down the stairs with crutches, with all that stuff, it just takes like that much more time. Like, I'm not gonna cry about it and be sad or depressed or anything like that. Like, I'm good. It's just it's just annoying because it takes so long. So yesterday the ankle was feeling pretty good. Uh Even took the baby, the dog on a stroller walk, and with my cousin Mackenzie. She's a shout out to her. My wife had a executive dinner last night, so she's not an executive, but executive dinner last night, and so she came. My cousin came down from all the way from Los Angeles just to help me out with the baby and all that stuff. So we went out to dinner and all that. But shout out to my cousin. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. She'll never see this video. She'll never see this live stream. But thanks anyways. I appreciate it. And she just brought me up water. Not in the glass I normally have, but a big tall glass of water nonetheless. So now we can get rocking and rolling here. We'll make it through. But yeah, that's why we're late. That's why it's been a rough start this morning, but we'll work through it. We'll get through it. We're humans. We're not robots over here. Even though we're going fully automated, we're still a human at the end of the day. So with that, if you're new, awesome. Welcome. It's not normally like this. If you're returning, even better. Good to see you back. It's not normally like this, but it's all good. I'm not worried about it. The mic is on, the video is on, and the charts are on. So now it's time to get rock and rolling over here. Bitcoin is down 2.28%. NASDAQ was down over 1%, and SP 500 continues to be flat, right? So we're gonna get into all of that. First half of the live stream, we'll cover the watch list, Bitcoin, altcoins. Altcoins continue to get hammered. Anytime there's even a hint of a possibility of breaking out, it drops down 5%, right? So I closed out my spot position on Algo. Obviously, I don't go all in, but I had a spot position on Algo, and that we talked about the past couple days. And it was like, I'll take a small loss. But I'm not going to hold a losing position. Like, it was getting close to a pending buy signal, and then it just flipped bearish again, and take a small loss and call it a day, right? So no big deal. It was a 9-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So like I said, if you invested $1,000 on the swing trade, it would drop down to $916. And if it hit to the upside, it would be $1,800. So there you go. Risk $86 or whatever it was, $84, $84, I think. Risk $84 to try to get over 900, right? 800, 900, $900. So there we are. But that's all go. We'll take swings like that, and sometimes you miss. I really, 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 really want altcoins to bounce. Like, for all the there's not a lot of them, but for the haters in the comments to call me perma bear, I really want altcoins to break out to the upside, right? That would be great. They've been getting slaughtered And I would love that. I would love to play to the upside like we did back in November and had 3 to 400% depending on which altcoin it was. We haven't seen anything like that since. It's been over a year. So I would love that. So definitely not a perma bear. Perma swing trader. Perma swing trader, but not a perma bear, not a perma bull, not a perma bull, not a perma bear, perma swing trader. So we're gonna get into all that, but good morning, good morning, good morning. If you have chart requests, get them in early because if if you're putting in the chart requests like 30 to 60 minutes later, they may not get covered, right? They may not get covered. So early bird gets the worm, and let's jump right into it. Let's get going. This is a Bitcoin chart we've been watching. It's resistance until proven otherwise, and it was rejected. Created the trend line at that point on October 26th. Came down, kind of got rejected there. I guess maybe you could redraw this a little bit, right? Kind of missed it there, but got rejected at the trailing dots. Came down, got rejected by the trailing dots and the downward trend line, and came all the way down to 80,400 ish, right? Battled back to the trailing dots, got rejected. Battle all the way back to the downward trend line, got rejected. So that's where we're at right now. There was a pending buy signal on Tuesday, and then it disappeared. And that's why it's a pending buy signal because it didn't close with the buy signal. And even though it closed the buy signal over here, we're expecting it to be sold off as a lower high, right? So um, that's where it's at. And since then, we have not had a buy signal since October 26th, right? So a month and a half. Price was getting oversold, huge wick down. And now we've been bouncing, consolidating, and we're going to find out which way it's going to break. Got the dotted trend line here because that's not a lot of support. And if you start seeing candle close below it, then that Wyckoff target of 76,000, below $78,000 could actually be hit still. So we're still watching that 60 something days later, right? Not a lot of support here. So kind of watching that. You get a candle close below here, then, the probabilities increase that we're going to come back down, test this trend line here. And if you start getting candle close below there, candle close below here, those are all milestones. And the candle close below here at 84,600 signals that we're going to go see lower prices first before the relief rally, right? Remember, we had the relief rally all the way up here, but the relief rally is on hold until further notice. So that's what we're watching right now. Bitcoin is breaking down. Could see a candle close below this more aggressive upward trend line. And then we'll see here, like I said, that's not a lot of support. This is a lot more resistance than this is support. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of the Wyckoff chart, like you could draw it on over here as well, like the candle closes, not the wicks. And you start getting candle close below there, then the probabilities will increase that we're going to go down and see that Wyckoff schematic drawn out way back. I mean, way back on October 8th. We drew this out on October 8th, and we're still keeping an eye on it. Yes, was this? No. On Tuesday, we were talking about if we start seeing candle closes back above 93,500, then I will retire this Wyckoff chart. We didn't see a candle close back above, and now we're back below even this pivot point. And if, of course, we continue lower and lower and lower and lower, the probabilities will continue to increase that we're going to keep watching it, right? So as of right now, when I drew this out at 123,700 ish on October 8th, we're still watching it. And that's 64 days later. been saying this whole entire time down that probably only watch it 45 to 60 days. Watching it 64 days now. But there's other reasons why we could see it, continue to watch it play out in December. Uh, but like the weekly chart that we can take a look at and stuff like that. So we were talking about, watching it through December 10th through December 15th, and we'll see if it doesn't break through here and it doesn't come down, then we know that's probably going to flip back around relief rally. So we're just taking it level by level. We're watching it play out in real time. Not ready to quite retire it yet, right? So that's Bitcoin. We're gonna get into the weekly chart. We're gonna get into the NASDAQ. We're gonna get into all these charts, Algorand, XRP, all of that. Bitcoin, we're still kind of hoping and waiting that if we do see bullish divergence, meaning prices start to close back below 84,600 and RSI isn't closing as low as it did back on November 21st, that would create bullish divergence, right? So not always, but often Bitcoin produces bearish divergence at the top and bullish divergence at the bottom, just like it did back in April, right? So we were there for it. We called it out. We played that. And here we are. Maybe it gives us bullish divergence again, meaning lower prices first, and then a relief rallies and a Santa Claus rally and all of that. So all of that could happen before, say December 20th, 21st, and then start the Santa Claus rally after that. Then start the relief rally after that. So we'll see. We don't have a magic crystal ball, so we're just trying to be patient, wait for it to unfold, and do our best, right? Speaking of doing our best, like we're continuing to try to build out our the website, the portal, all the trading and investing tools on a daily basis. And so we've never taken $1 of affiliate money ever. That's not the model because you never know if it's going to be the next Celsius. We've seen them all. We've seen all those influencers take money from Celsius, take money from FTX, take money from XYZ company that goes bankrupt, goes out, steals all your money, blah, blah, blah. So we've never taken $1 of that affiliate money, even though every day it seems like exchanges or brokers are trying to give me 50% of all the fees. So get you locked into trading with leverage before you're ready. And then they would give me 50%. I've never taken $1. So, but what we do is we're going to plug ourselves. So if you come over here, you can find the website, marketsniper.pro, or you can come over to Market Sniper Pro, find the website there as well, and click on it. And this is the home. We're going to keep it faster today, FAQs, all that stuff. You can find the features over here, 2 trading bots so far, right? We're probably going to release at least one more in December. We were planning on doing like one a week, but with the holidays and building out these other tools, it's just been a little bit crazier right now. So we got the 2 trading bots. We did add the recorded coaching back on, and that you can find that right in the portal. And the legacy recorded coaching, they can still find it in the Discord as well. And then of course we rolled out the dashboard, and we rolled out the beta dashboard and the beta liquidity access, all that stuff. And then of course the plans, right? So 2 trading bots, dashboard, and we threw in the 70 plus hours of recorded coaching videos. There's 77 recorded coaching videos on the portal. The dashboard, the original 2 indicators on top of the 2 trading strategies, and then the liquidity access, private Discord, cancel anytime, manage your own, upgrade, downgrade, blah, blah, blah. You can manage it all yourself. And then we added $29 option, everything mentioned above minus the 2 trading bots. So the 2 indicators, the dashboard, the liquidity, private Discord. Also minus the recorded coaching. So you don't get the recorded coaching and you don't get the 2 trading bots, but you get the 2 indicators, dashboard, and liquidity. And then if you just want to like dabble with the Discord and dabble with the liquidity, you get that for $9. So that's pretty much it. You can see over here, this is the come over here, go to the portal, and you could do the liquidity, the dashboard, or recorded coaching. So open up the recorded coaching. There's 77 videos, right? Go back to the portal, and you go to the liquidity, right? So it's pretty easy to navigate around. Futures for Bitcoin and Ethereum, options, it's just the beginning, right? ETF, indicators, feeding fear feed fear and greed index was 23, then it was 25, now it's 28, right? So got all these indicators, stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of thing. Woo! But here we are. Bitcoin daily chart. HODL down again, gap down from 25.89. Another gap. The Bitcoin ETFs are crazy. They just gap up and gap down the whole time. It seems like it'd be nearly impossible to trade HODL or the Bitcoin ETFs. I would much prefer Bitcoin itself. Maybe Bitcoin futures, but spot Bitcoin or Bitcoin with leverage, in my opinion, would be much easier to trade than Bitcoin futures that could gap up or down on you. Much easier than I don't know what is the mic doing over here? Maybe it's not logged in. I don't know. But the Bitcoin ETFs, they just gap up and down nonstop, right? It'd be much harder to trade. Oh. So I prefer trading Bitcoin itself and or there we go. And or Bitcoin with leverage, because the gaps up and down will get you. Eventually they'll get you. So this played out perfectly with the head and shoulders, hit the target and then some. But outside of that, and it's because Bitcoin also had like a head and shoulders pattern that I had pointed out, and came back up and then came all the way back down, right? So I pointed it out, called it out in real time. Even when it was back over here, I was calling it out, and in hindsight, it played out. Hit the target perfectly, right? So that's HODL, Bitcoin futures. This is the more aggressive downward trend line. Got rejected there. The Bitcoin futures always looks a little bit different, right? So it's good to have it on your chart. What is it? Right? Kind of lines up there. But that's probably a more conservative downward trend line. You can see it looks different than the actual exchange. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that over there. And this looks different as well than the exchange. Like if we drew it out over here, it just looks different. You got wick to wick over here, has not retested it, but on Bitcoin futures, it is retesting it and could have a candle close below it. So it's good to have multiple exchanges. It's good to have the Bitcoin futures. Good to have the HODL on there, or whatever ETF you're looking at, just to see if there's anything different or looks any different whatsoever. right? So we look at all that stuff. Flip over the weekly chart. Weekly chart started with a wick up at 94,600. Today we're going to make it through today. Don't worry about it. We're going to make it through. Hopefully, obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, it's for educational purposes only. And hopefully we have a little bit of fun along the way, like making fun of me. But it's not how the candle starts. It's how the candle closes, right? It's how the candle closes. So this weekly candle started with the wick at 94,600-ish. There we go. We nailed it. We nailed it. We got it. And we'll see how it closes. Maybe not this week. Maybe next week. We could see prices back below here if it's going to follow, the 2021, 2022 weekly fractal. Obviously, I don't expect it to play out exactly. And I think this fractal is based off of the Heikin-Ashi. So we'll flip it over to that as well. But it's possible it closes lower this week. And then even a weekly candle close below 86,600 signals that Wyckoff distribution will play out below $80,000. And then maybe we see that relief rally, right? So up, down, sideways, back up, all the way up into the current prices, retest those trailing dots. It would take some time to play out. We've been talking about this. We've been covering it. This isn't some new coverage that we've done. We posted this chart back on October 10th. So on October 10th, we posted this, and we've been watching it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th week that we've been watching this, right? The 9th week. So it's not a new. I feel like my mouse is not doing great. So I might have to get a new mouse. A couple of days of the mouse just being a little off. I'm like, and I don't want to use the mouse pad on the laptop. That's even worse. So there we go. I probably have another one laying around here somewhere. So the weekly training dots, expected to take time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe another 8 or 9 weeks before the relief rally comes back up and retests the training dots. So in the meantime, we can see price come back down like this. Who knows how it plays out exactly, right? And then the big rollover, hit target. Here, let's change that one to yellow. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I moved it. Good job, Jesse. Good job, Jesse. So, however it plays out, come back down, lower prices, up, down, extremely painful for traders, right? Come back up, retest the trending dots and whatever XYZ moving average, right? And then start to come back down to target 2 again, then back down into target 3, maybe 4 months from now. And then the 200-week moving average 5 months from now. And then who knows about target 4? It has in the past. Who knows about target 5? It has in the past. Then will we see bullish divergence? Man, this is a lot of speculation. So we're speculating hard today, and as we do every single day, and we'll continue to adjust it every single day, and we'll be on the live stream. Meanwhile, help me with the algorithms. Smash the like button and comment any assets you want me to cover, and we'll keep the live streaming. So boom, 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 boom. Can you give us any sense of bot performance, like potential monthly or yearly gains? Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. I'm not doing like especially in the very beginning, I'm not going to do that. Like, I would probably test it on a live count and that's why it's so cheap, right? So $49 is extremely cheap for all of that. Uh, but one reason why, since we just released it, uh, unless there was like 6 to 12 months of live account uh, back testing on it or forward testing on it, probably not going to show those results because just because it happened, 1 month of positive results doesn't mean the next month will. But if you saw like 6 to 12 months of like positive results on certain settings, then I would start showing those results. But I wouldn't want to, you know, so I've done that in the past. Like it was 2 years ago, I was showing positive results in the Discord, showing positive results. And then after like 3 months, it started to like it wasn't showing as good. So the back testing results, uh, the forward testing results were all looking good. And then on those old settings, it started not to have great results. So I'm just not going to jump the gun again. So for the public, I'm not going to show those results because it doesn't prove the future, right? It proves the past, but it doesn't prove the future. So that's why I'm going in so cheap because if I just showed the positive results right now and I charge you like $500 a month and then everything changes next month, everyone would cancel, right? So I'm just going to do the $49 a month. You find your own settings. We've given hints here and there, and we've shown here and there of what settings you could put on to be profitable. But it doesn't mean it's going to be the same conditions 3 months, 4 months, six months from now. So, and what if you find better settings than I do, right? So that's kind of the hope is going in cheap, providing the dashboard, providing the recorded coaching, providing the trading bots as an option, providing the liquidity access, everything for $49. And as a Discord community, maybe somebody finds better settings than me, and then they put that to test for a month. So maybe they spend a month with the strategy tester. They find better settings than we have. And then they test it on a paper account for a month and then start live testing it after that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I'm also focused on re-releasing. I have like 30 trading bots. So also focusing on releasing more and more trading bots. Once all of those, not all of them, but once we're releasing like the other trading bots as well, then maybe I'll start going down the rabbit hole as time goes on of showing more and more of those results, right? But then by then, it would be a lot more expensive, right? So this is just it's early. It's early. It's early. So that answers your question. Silver, please. Sure. 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 Are you in silver or you're feeling FOMO, fear of missing out, that silver was ultra bullish and you're hoping for a correction so that price goes higher, right? Give me all the details. Give me all the details. So we'll circle back to that. We're not going to do it at this moment, but so Bitcoin, we had this on the Heikin Ashi, right? The Heikin Ashi. And it's still bearish, right? So we had this chart before the sell signals, October 10th, because it was looking like we could possibly see sell signals based off of bearish divergence, blah, 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 right? So it was already trending this way to have a sell signal on the weekly chart. Obviously, it happened on the daily chart first. And then over time, it's continued to, not exactly, right? Like, because on this fractal, it broke down first. And then Bitcoin price actually broke down afterwards. And now this fractal is happening again first. And so maybe this week or next week, we see the fractal, or in a couple of weeks, maybe we see the fractal catch up to the downside as well. And then once it comes down, maybe we see the relief rally, like I said. So continue to watch that over here. What else? Let's stay on this chart. And then let's see. Let's take all the drawings off. 2-week chart. Let's go back to candles. Had the sell signal on the 2-week chart and multiple candle closes below the trailing dots. And there's a red trending dot on the 2-week chart, right? So very similar, not like over here, right? Not like over here. It was still an uptrend. The green trending dots were trending hard, right? Here's where it looks more similar. You had multiple candle closes below the trending dots, had a sell signal, right? Red trending dot, and was in a bear market. Came back and retested the 200-week moving average. Here we are again. Candle close below, sell signal, waiting for the trailing dots to kind of roll over, right? And then come back and retest the 200-week moving average, right? Completely different look than, say, this sell signal above the trailing dots while the trailing dots are green and trending upward still and going off to the upside. So completely different. Looks a lot more similar to 2021, 2022. So that's what we're watching on the 2-week chart for Bitcoin. 3-week chart, still bearish, right? Below the trending dots. Never got below the trending dots over here with a candle close. Never closed below the trending dots. Trending dots were still upward trend. Close below it. Close below it. Close below it. All these, as it's starting to roll over, right? That's when you saw price come back. Make sure the mic's good. Come back down and retest the 200-week moving average. So that's kind of where we're at right now. 3-week chart, monthly chart. Never came back to retest the trailing dots in an uptrend, right? Came back to retest the trailing dots in 2022. Never retested the trailing dots in the uptrend. Came back, tested the trailing dots over here. So same with RSI, right? Had the bearish divergence followed by RSI sell signal on the monthly chart compared to the buy signal over here, right? Completely different. Same with MACD. Bearish divergence on the histogram. Bearish crossover happening in January 2022. Bullish crossover in March 2023. Bearish crossover November 2025. So all of that is signaling a longer term correction. All of that is signaling a bear market. All of that is signaling we're not going to see $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. So now you know all the talking heads are full of it. now you know all the talking heads don't know what they're talking about. $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Who text message? Okay. Wifey. $180,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. $500,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. It's no longer the 4-year cycle. It's the 5-year cycle. It's no longer the 5-year cycle. It's the 7-year cycle. $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of Q1. They just move the goalposts, right? So either they really don't know what they're doing, or they're doing it for clicks, They're doing it for followers, right? So bullish Bitcoin, bullish charts, bullish NASDAQ, all that stuff. Uh, oh, the Fed just dropped 25 basis points. Well, I showed a chart the other day or yesterday that the last 3 times the stock market went through a larger correction, right? Went through a larger correction. So is that necessarily a good thing? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I can show you that chart. I have to find it. Um, just from yesterday, though. So the talking heads either don't know what they're doing, or they do know what they're doing, and they're just doing it for clicks, and they don't care. They just want clicks. They just want followers. They want the engagement, and they make money off of said engagement, right? So uh, whether that's their affiliate links, whether that's from X or YouTube or whatever app they're on, uh, and they make money from it and could care less. Me, yeah, we want clicks. Yeah, we want followers. Yeah, we want engagement. We want all of that. Knowing that bullish charts sell a lot more newspapers, quote unquote, um, we take a hit on all of that. We take a hit on all of that. So we know that. I proved that all of 2022 when all the influencers were putting big arrows up all the way down. They literally put big arrows up here, right? They put big arrows up here. They put big arrows up here, literally all the way down, right? They put big arrows up here. And then finally by June during capitulation, they became DCA bros. So buy the dip with the big arrow, buy the dip with the big arrow, buy the dip with the big arrow. Just DCA, bro. Just zoom out. DCA, bro. So it's happening again. It's like deja vu. It's happening again. And I'm not trying to convince you of it. I'm just showing you what I see on the charts. I'm showing you what I see on X app, YouTube, all that stuff. So that's where we're at. The same indicators I was watching 2021, 2022 that proved to be correct. I'm watching the same ones, right? So the odds are we're coming back to test retest the 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average is currently at 56,300. So, which means 3 out of 5 of these longer term targets that you see here on the chart would get hit. 4 out of 5 targets that you see on this chart would get hit. If it was similar to 2022, all 5 out of 5 targets would get hit within this time period. Is it the same as 2022? I don't know. Could be better, could be worse. The one idea of that it could be worse is if we're in a .com or 2008 like stock market correction, because Bitcoin has never experienced one. Bitcoin, I still treat it as a tech stock. I don't treat it as, a store of value. But a tech stock with inflation is great if you're buying the right dip, not buying the dip all the way down, but buying the right dip, just like we did back here at 16,800, January 4th, 2023. We were buying the right dip at 16,800, called it out in real time. We had been watching bullish divergence for 8 weeks at least, probably a lot more. But anyways, we were calling it out, waiting to buy the right dip. And now we're waiting to buy the right dip again. Hopefully the market bosses give us bullish divergence again, and so on and so on and so on, right? So that's what we're looking at. Continue to look at. This could take a while. We're in week 9 of a possible 52-week typical Bitcoin correction. Could always be less, it could always be more, but I would say as we continue lower, right, the probabilities will increase that we're going to retest the 200-week moving average. So That's my stance. I'm sticking to it. It's in a downtrend until proven otherwise. And in hindsight, we were right. But it's in hindsight, right? We don't have a magic crystal ball. I didn't predict anything, even though I had this chart idea out here on October 10th. It's just, recognizing patterns, seeing what happened in the past. Could it happen again? Are there similarities? It's pattern recognition. It's not, I can see the future. I cannot see the future. I cannot predict, but we can speculate, we can remember, and we can play to the best of our ability. That's what we can do. So with that, done with Bitcoin. Let's move on. Silver, we'll come back to that. Oh, you just sold silver? Okay, we'll come back to it. Well, you got to have the strategy laid out in advance, but we'll go deeper into it. I mean, trade each chart individually first and foremost, but we're gonna look at ETH right now, anyways. Hood, okay, you got it. Charts or indicators applied in trading view. I'll look at trading view with description. I'll look to. So your subscription provides charts or indicators applied in trading view. Oh yeah. So yeah, trading view. You probably could use the free version of trading view. I think if I'm getting this correctly, I think you can use the free version of trading view or like the basic cheaper version. But if you want to get into like using TradingView as like with the trading bots, you may need like a little bit better version of TradingView. I don't think you can do the free version. But if you're going to be going into like pro style, you probably want to spend a little money on TradingView. Like I have the elite package, right? I have the elite package on 2 different accounts, but you don't need that. You don't need you could probably do the basic or maybe even the free version. Um, but yeah, if you're like everything is on the website and the Discord, but on TradingView, we give you access to 2 indicators and 2 strategies. So basically, you take an indicator and you build it into a strategy that has a strategy engine, and that will run the alerts. So if there's a long position or a buy signal, it will trigger, and then and you can have it set up to your a specific broker or exchange that will trigger the buy, sell, exit, take profit, stop loss, trailing stop loss, move stop loss to break even, blah 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 blah. So um, that's where we're at. So yeah, for $49 a month, you could learn a lot. And then by the second month for $49, you could always start the paper trading and you may have to upgrade TradingView. So the first month you could probably do free TradingView. I think it allows you to have 3. So you could just choose 3 out of the 4 that you get. But for their smallest package, you could probably have, I haven't looked at it in a while, but 5 indicators / strategies. So you could do that like month 2, and then so on and so on and so on. And then if you're actually going to get into like using the trading bots to make trades on your behalf, then it's all in is probably like $100 or less for all 3. There's like 3 different softwares you need, and only one of them is ours. So yeah. Or you could do it manually, right? Nice shooter, by the way. Thank you, appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's hit up ETH. There's some other ones I want to look at. Again, a bounce until proven otherwise, right? We've been talking about it even way back here at 2600. We've been talking about, hey, eventually these higher time frames are going to retest the trending dots, right? Let me make sure. Retest the trending dots. Okay. Daily chart. Did break out, could be coming back for a retest. And then, as it goes through like this, it's looking like it's kind of going through a bottoming pattern to bounce higher to retest the training dots, right? So if it were to, bounce around however high it goes while the training dots kind of catch up over time, right? So that's kind of how I see it. Come over here like this. If that is the weekly trending dots trajectory, say that's the weekly. So yeah, we'll make the bounce a little bit better. Let's do some speculating. Comes back down, retests the daily trending dots, however it plays out, right? Maybe that retests the weekly trending dots, and then who knows after that? Maybe it comes all the way down. When it looks like it's coming back for a retest of the downward trend line and or the trending dots, which could be over here by the time it does in a couple of days or not. So right now it's kind of like there was profit taking, now it's kind of consolidating and waiting for that next bigger move. Relief rally, bigger move to the upside or to the downside, right? So, and it's possible, at some point we end up redrawing this, right? And then we'll be watching for the next possible bigger move down. But it could take some time to play out. Like if there is a relief rally and price does come back up into the training dots, expect it to take some time, right? Expect it to take some time to play out. Like 45 to 60 days, maybe. Oh, both apps? Nice shooter, by the way. Thank you. Look at that. X, YouTube, X, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. My man. Okay. So that's Ethereum. The positives are it did break out of this downward trend line where Bitcoin did not. It got rejected. The positives are the green trending dots are trending upward as of right now, right? The downside is the higher time frames are still bearish, the weekly chart, etc. So it's a bounce until proven otherwise. And after the bounce, I would expect lower prices and possibly even come back down and retest the 200-week moving average and or below it, right? So a bounce until proven otherwise. Algorand. So that, instead of the more aggressive downward trend lines, probably just want to keep the more conservative downward trend line. And this bullish divergence could continue to have bullish divergence. We'll see how the candle closes today, but care about the MACD. Could be additional bullish divergence. So let's see. It's possible we see bullish divergence, right? Additional bullish divergence. Then maybe a bounce, right? So we'll see. Kind of feels like the relief rally could be setting up for the third, fourth week of December of a bottoming phase and a relief rally into the aka Santa Claus rally, into early 2026, and maybe we get a relief rally like that, and a more significant bounce with the altcoins, a more significant bounce with Bitcoin, blah blah blah. Right. So we'll see, but in the next week or two, not really seeing it right now. So maybe by, like I said, December 20th, December 21st, heading into the Santa Claus rally, maybe we start to see, the bottoming and higher lows, and then possibly, into January, seeing a bigger bounce in January. So, whew. And that's probably true with all the all the altcoins, right? Say that 10 times. However the price action plays out, right? This is the weekly trending dots trajectory, and you do have bullish divergence. Will this be a higher low? As of right now, if we get a candle close below, that was not a higher low. So however the price action plays out, maybe you get that relief rally or maybe not, right? It's not looking great. It's not looking great. Weekly chart. Hey, let's go back to the daily chart. Let's take that off. Let's go based off the weekly chart, right? That's more likely scenario. The breakout for a higher bounce, that's like a hopeful scenario. This is probably a more likely scenario. Retest the downward trend line, retest the trailing dots, and then break down, right? After this support, that would probably be a fast drop. So based off higher time frames, that's the way we got to look at it. It's bearish on the daily chart. It's bearish on the weekly chart. Um, 2-week chart is bearish. 3-week chart as a pending sell signal. Right? This is starting to flatten out already. The 200-week moving average is starting to flatten out. Boom, boom, boom. So even though there is bullish divergence, you got to look at the higher time frames. This is still the weekly chart trajectory, right? So we just got to be honest with the charts, and that's what we honestly see in the charts. No matter if you want like a 300% mini alt season like we had in November, even if you want an 80% bounce with altcoins or whatever, you just got to look at it the way it is, right? And the trending dots are all the way up here at $2.40. So at some point it could bounce around, but as of right now, when will that be, right? When will that be? So that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. It's probably even more likely, right? Something like that. What else? Cardano drop right back down. I mean, that's crazy, right? Drop right back down to that higher low pivot point. But if it closes below it, all that speculation is off, right? And then you could have additional bullish diversions, meaning lower prices. So it's bear. You can do counter trades like I did on Algorand, but just cut your losses short so it doesn't impact you. And it's like you don't even like worry about it whatsoever. And that would have been a counter trend. That was a counter trend change with spot. Uh, but it's in a bear market, it's typically more profitable shorting bounces, right? So, anyways, why is everyone saying winter is coming? Well, it's literally December 11th, and winter is here. At least in the U.S., it's winter in the U.S. Um, Gither King, any chance beat starts a correction soon? It's a very young token. Yeah, if it's not much chart history, then probably won't spend too much time on it. But maybe we come back to that one. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Cardano drop right back down. So if you're taking buys, don't forget to hit that sell button too, right? Mm, 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 mm. Dollar dropping. We've got breaking only hit one target to the upside so far. Only one target to the upside. So the targets are still valid. And Bitcoin probably would have dropped more by now, but uh, the dollar is dropping as well, right? So since November 21st, Bitcoin may have because it's the Bitcoin versus the dollar, right? And the dollar started to correct on November 21st after it did not hit target two yet. Uh, and so Bitcoin may have hit the Wyckoff distribution at below $80,000 if the dollar wasn't going through correction as well, right? So it's possible. Just a little thought. MicroStrategy is doing great. So still watching it over here. Top was in over 13 months ago. The Adam and Eve double top broke the confirmation line, came all the way down to 155, almost retested 200-week moving average. Expecting it not to retest till maybe a month or two. Could just kind of float back up, let the trading dots catch up. That's what we're showing here. Right? However it plays out. We did that a couple weeks ago, but the point is, taking time off the clock, let the trading dots, let the moving averages all catch up. But the end point is retest the 200-week moving average and or price goes below $100, which would complete this Adam and Eve double top pattern price point, right? So whether it does today, tomorrow, over time, we'll see if it plays out or not. But we were talking about it way back here. We were talking about the bearish engulfing candle on the daily chart back in mid-November, third week of November, right? So it's not new. We've been talking about the canary in the coal mine this whole entire time. So it's cute when influencers still think that Bitcoin is going to go make a new all-time high when MicroStrategy's been in a bear market for 13 months. That's cute. That's cute. It's adorable. It's adorable. It's really adorable. Or they just really don't care and they're all about clicks. And I feel like the account, I think it's called the Bitcoin Therapist or whatever, posted that it's proof that you can make money influencing by just talking about Bitcoin and basically talking about Bitcoin in a bullish manner, right? So 2 years ago, he posted that 2 years ago. He was making $100 every period on X. Now he's making $3,000 a month, $3,000 every 2 weeks or whatever, just off of ads, ad share revenue alone. He posted this, and assuming it's a he, uh, and so all his account does is post bullish Bitcoin. Bitcoin is bullish. Bitcoin is bullish. Bitcoin is bullish the whole entire time, and makes $3,000 every 2 weeks just off of that. Probably has affiliate links, all that stuff. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't take a deep dive on his X account, but so that's what I'm talking about when the influencers, only post bullish stuff. Either they don't know or they're doing it for clicks, right? So long story short, that's what we don't do. But good for him, making $6,000 a month, posting bullish Bitcoin no matter what. Good for him. Is this going to be a lower high in Tesla? Maybe. Was this a double top with bearish divergence? Yes. Did price come back down and hit 3 out of 4 targets to the downside? Yes. Will it hit the 4th target to the downside? I don't know. Caffeine kicks in everyone's. Lemonade. Oh, you dirty stock. Bullish engulfing candle. Ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Is price going to come back up and hit the 3rd longer term retracement target over here? Again, broke out, hit target 1, retested the 200-week moving average, and then took off to the upside, right? The downward sloping 200-week moving average is now upward sloping again. It is bullish on the daily chart. It is ultra bullish on the weekly chart. It is ultra bullish on the 2-week chart. My wife's still holding this one. Ultra bullish on the 3-week chart. Woo-wee. She just owns stock on it. No options whatsoever for her account ever. Never playing options on her account. She's never playing options on her account, right? 3-week chart is ultra bullish. Monthly chart is ultra bullish, right? It seems like price again. We put these targets out way back here. Way back here. Over 2 years ago, we put out these targets. Waiting, starting to make its move. Boom, target 1, all the way back down. Almost retested the trailing dots. Still bullish on the monthly chart. Boom, ultra bullish again. Coming into target 3. Is that an old gap? Let's see. Was there any old gaps? Oh, almost kissed the microphone on accident. No, I don't know what that dotted line's from. Was it a newer gap? Yeah, it's a newer gap. See, I always do it yellow, so I know it's a gap. It's a small, partially filled gap over here. But it's a gap. We'll leave it on there. Woo-wee. Starting to break out to the upside. Nice lemonade. When the market gives you lemons, make a lemonade. Boom. Crushed it. What else? Silver. Oh, let's do silver. Let's look at silver. Hold on. We'll come right back to silver. Hold on. Magnificent 7. SMCI. Someone talked about shorting it the other day on the live stream, but I just get less confident about shorting down here after a huge move down from over here, right? So this in my opinion was a better short. I don't think that's a great short. Could it go all the way down lower? Yes, it could. I just think it's better to short after a bounce, right? This is my own personal miniature gap. Are these lower highs and lower lows on NVIDIA? Yes, it is. Is it going to come back and retest the 200-week moving average in 2026? Probably. Probably. That's all the way down at $78. I don't think a lot of people are ready for that. Is TQQQ putting in a lower high? Maybe. Too early to say. Looks like it. Google was at the new all-time high November 25th, 2025. Possibly. Too early to say. Tesla, we already covered that. Amazon, similar thoughts to NVIDIA. NASDAQ, similar thoughts to NVIDIA. And TQQQ, which is a bull 3X ETF on the NASDAQ. We'll see. It's hard to kill a bull. It's hard to kill a bull, right? The bear's trying. The bear's trying. What else? Dollar. Maybe it'll come all the way down, put in a higher low, and then reverse back around. We don't know. So in the interim, in the meantime, right? So that one broke. One target's been hit so far. Targets are still valid unless 95.86 gets taken out ish. And so we'll see if it reverses back around at some point. Weekly chart also breaking down. So keep that in mind. Apple, was that going to be the new all-time high December 3rd? We don't know. Way too early to say. Meta. That's about it. SQQ. Is that going to be a higher low? Inverse. Netflix catching a bounce. It was getting oversold, right? Getting oversold. So with that, let's switch back over to silver. Where's XAG? XAG, where are you? I still haven't reorganized. Gold futures. We're not expecting a bear market on gold yet. Why? Because the higher time frames are still ultra bullish, right? It was a buy the dip scenario, right? A buy the dip scenario. Over here, we're even saying buy the dip scenario. How low? Who knows? Could retrace further, but now it's moving up higher. And we were talking about, I think it was gold, spot gold was already up here at 44. It was already up there or something. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's find it. Target. There you go, Target. Get it. Dang, Target $83 got crushed. Crazy. Basically a round trip from 2019. Downward sloping 200-week moving average. Is it going to come back in for a retest? Maybe. Dang, Target got crushed. The wife loves Target. The baby loves Target now. So, needless to say, we're at Target often. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for babies. All right. Let me just search for it quick. And we're gonna go XAG. Silver. There we go. Ultra bullish. Right? Ultra bullish on the daily chart. Ultra bullish on the daily chart. We even talked about that, right? Boom, 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 boom. And it did. It went to $60. Now it's at $64. I have crazy high targets that Peter Brandt made fun of. He's got like what 7 to 800,000 followers. I have crazy high targets on silver. So the weekly chart, the daily chart's ultra bullish. Let's see, silver. Silver, please. Soon correction or higher high. Just sold today. Well, it's better than selling down here. Selling into FOMO is better than selling at the lows. So, but the daily chart is ultra bullish, right? May see, days, weeks longer of higher prices. So the daily chart is ultra bullish. Weekly chart is ultra bullish. It's possible the weekly chart puts in bearish divergence, but could continue to put in bearish divergence, meaning higher prices. It'd be crazy to see bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, lower high, correction, right? What if this is all bearish divergence on silver, similar to Bitcoin, meaning, comes down, higher high, comes down, higher high, comes down, lower high, and then comes in for a correction, right? That'd be wild. That'd be wild. And you kind of see the training dots lining up that way, right? So it's bullish until proven otherwise. Oh, yep. It's bullish until proven otherwise. And you would start building out the parabolic trend lines, right? And it just kind of makes sense, right? And we don't know how high or how unhigh it doesn't go, but if you look at this crazy dotted line, it would be insane if it did something like that. Right? That would be insane. So that'd be super crazy if it did that. You gotta go to log. Oh, it's on log. All right. So on log, right? And why is it drawn like that with that potential price target? Gold hit a similar price target like that. So if you go to the monthly chart, right? And you got this crazy cup and handle. And that's where I came up with that. So if you delete this is where we're at right now. This is where we're at. Monthly chart is ultra bullish. You can see moves like that way back here. You can see the moves, consolidation, and then another move. So could be, crazy idea is what if this was something like that, right? It's happened in the past. So we might need to go to a 3-month chart. Let's redo this. It's ultra bullish on the 3-month chart too, right? 200-week moving average, training dots all lining up. It's ultra bullish right now. And we drew this out a long time ago. This was drawn out. I drew this out like 2 years ago. Way back here, I drew this chart out. Same with gold. So this is not a new chart that I'm drawing out right now. And that's not going to show the wick. The wick would be up here. It's quite possible we see something like that. So you get that first initial move like that. And, say this is like the wick. That's the target. You see that initial move up, I don't know, $70, $80, whatever it is, then consolidates. This is a 3-month chart, right? So consolidates for a while. Top is in, top is in, top is in, top is in. What is that? How long is that? That's a long time. Consolidates for 1,600 days, right? So comes up here, consolidates till 2031. That's why I rarely trade silver unless it's going to be like on a shorter time frame. Silver, gold futures, then I'll do that. But I don't just hold the spot because it'd take forever to play out. I don't have that kind of patience. I'm already in my mid-40s. I'm wearing down over here. How long have we been doing this? Hour and 25 minutes? Crazy silver chart. This crazy price target. Right? It's just an idea. And it's been working out. So over here, posted that idea, and here we are. The breakout. I remember showing the breakout on 2024. It was breaking out. Right? Is breaking out on April 2024. And since then, it went from $24 to $64. Right? It takes time, but it has gone from $24 to $64. So, however, the actual price action plays out could take some time. Gold played out similarly. So let's look at gold just to show you what I'm talking about. Gold hit that same target. Gold hit that same target. This similar. Let's take all that off. Right? Gold, cup and handle, broke out 1945, October 2023 ish. This is a 3-month candle. Here, let's go to the monthly. Let's go to the monthly chart. The last breakout was October 2023 on the monthly chart. Had this price target drawn out, crushed it. So if silver hits a similar target, silver would be at $100 and something, right? Gold has broken through this crazy target above $4,000. Gold has hit 43.64. So at some point, it's going to come back and retest the 200-week moving average. But the 200-week moving average is at 2,400 now. So I should put XAG near gold. Where was it? Yeah. Here, let's do this. Let's move this up. And then let's find XAG. Woo! Oh, goodness. XAG. Got it. Okay. Move this up. Now I can find it better, faster, quicker. All right. Now I can flip back and forth. So, and that's why I have the price target from this is the monthly, but the 3-month chart. Let's do it from the 3-month chart. Yeah. Keep it at the 3-month chart. So there, right? So it's possible. That would be crazy if we saw silver at $570. That would be insane. If you're not in it right now, are you chasing it? I mean, wouldn't want to chase it, right? But if it does go through a consolidation and then breaks the former, like it's making a new all-time high right now. So it's in price discovery mode, right? Just like gold did. Gold went through price discovery mode in October 2023, and it's just been up only since. 3 month after 3 month after 3 month after 3 month for 2 years. So it just starting price discovery mode this 3-month candle. So it's buy the dip season on silver. And if you get a pullback on silver like we just had, that would be the buy the dip season, right? So we're talking about over here. Everyone was hoping and calling for silver top to be in, even though we had that longer term chart. And over here, I was saying it's still buy the dip season as of right now, based off of higher time frames. And then it started to break out, and then consolidate, and then it started to break out, and now it's pumping, right? So it's still buy the dip season, but I wouldn't be chasing it right now. This was the move right here. That's the move. This was the time to get back in under $50, right? So, hopefully you made some money on it, on your silver. What else? Yep. ETH. Okay. Covered it. Hood. Let's see what else. Possibly. If you're referring to Bitcoin, and maybe you're just referring to everything in general, I have till the first week of October 2026. So September 2026, the end of it lines up nicely. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But silver's ultra bullish on all time frames right now. Gold continues to be bullish on all time frames. And 3-month chart continues to be ultra bullish. Already hit the price targets. At some point, it's going to consolidate. It's possible gold does something. Silver does something similar to gold, and that would be nuts. And it was probably a month or two ago, a couple months ago. I think silver is at like 40, in the 40s, and I posted this chart on Peter Brandt's chart, and he made fun of it. See what happens. We'll see what happens, Peter. What else? Hood. All right. The hood's up to no good. Down 8%. That's the 3-month chart. That's the monthly chart. Bearish engulfing candle on the monthly chart. Multiple deviations away from the 200-week moving average. Weekly chart, probably bearish divergence, possible lower high, followed by a lower low, possible lower high, possible bearish engulfing candle on the weekly chart. Let's see. Yep. When you just stare at charts for so long, you probably know that's bearish divergence without even looking. And then, of course, the indicator picked it up as well. Bearish divergence, RSI sell signal, one last retest of the trailing dots, lower high, and of course, the daily chart. Correction incoming. Right? High, lower high. Got a tiny gap here at 116-ish. And small gap. Hood looks very similar to like the NASDAQ from April. And it's possible the NASDAQ's here, comes down, puts in another lower high, and then we see lower prices over here. So that's hood, pending sell signal on the daily chart, bearish divergence on the weekly chart. What was it? The bearish engulfing candle on the monthly chart. Still early in the month. So all things considered, seems like the retracement's on. Multiple deviations away from the 200-week moving average at $31. What else? Beat. This probably has zero chart history on it, but I've never heard of it, so I don't know. Oh, let's see. Mike's good. Okay. Beat USDT. Which one are you looking at? Perpetuals. That's USDT.P. That's got to be it. Okay. Daily chart. It's got some bearish divergence, RSI sell signal. This could be the lower high. Too early to say, too early to call it. You'd have to drop down to a lower time frame because the weekly chart's not going to tell you much at all. 8-hour chart. Bearish divergence probably, possibly a lower high. Bearish divergence, possible lower high. Too early to say. Way too early to say. But we still say it. 4-hour chart. Bearish divergence, possible lower high. So that's about it. I can't really comment any more than that. I can't really add too much value on a chart that doesn't have chart history, right? It's only been since November. Maybe there's a better exchange, but so with that, I think we're going to call it here. Wow. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Woo-wee. We did it. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin one last time before we get going. Only down 1% now. Yes, we're only down 1%. Yes, we're back. We're so back, baby. So back. So we'll see how the day closes. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. Was down to 89,300, and while an hour and a half later, we're back up to $91,000. So with that, hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for all of your support. Smash the like button. Help me with the algorithms, and we'll see you on tomorrow's live stream, TGIF. And have a good rest of your day. Have a good night, and adios.